Hey guys, what is going on? This is Zip of RageQuitTV. Gonna be casting a game between Liquid TLO and WhiteRa. Liquid TLO spawning as the Blue Zerg, WhiteRa spawning as the Red Protoss. It is a ZVP on Antiga Shipyards, and I'm really curious what these two players will be doing. Looks like TLO is going to be sending his Overlord to scout in the cross position because I believe this is a version of Antiga Shipyard where you cannot spawn close positions. So since TLO is spawning at this base, WhiteRa cannot spawn over here, and since WhiteRa is spawning in the bottom left, that means TLO can't spawn in the bottom right. That's why you have this one Overlord just going completely across the map, and I'm kind of curious if TLO will be sending a drone to the close base just to see if WhiteRa is there. We do have WhiteRa throwing down a 9 pylon and going out to scout with this one probe, and he is going to be scouting the close position first. So we do know it's not cross positions first unless WhiteRa doesn't know the map spawning positions, but I'm sure he does. These two players play so much together, and WhiteRa is not going to see TLO up there, so he is going to be scouting TLO next. And TLO right now not really doing anything out of the ordinary. He's only at 12 supply. This drone most likely going to be going out to scout. And it looks like there is another drone coming in, so it looks like TLO will be going for a hatch first build, which is definitely going to be risky because we do see WhiteRa throwing up the forge, and his probe is on the way into TLO's base. So this is definitely going to be a tense situation for TLO. WhiteRa is going to see that is a hatch first opener. The probe comes up here. A drone is immediately pulled off to start damaging this one probe. He wants to kill this, but it's going to be so hard to. The pylon does go down right next to his mineral patches, and the probe going to be just moving around, just microing it, not dying, so he can go back and throw down a cannon. TLO does pull, it looks like 5 drones to take this pylon out, and WhiteRa can always just cancel this and build another one. And looks like that probe does want to go and build another pylon. He does get that, and TLO now has 2 pylons to deal with. It looks like he's pulled drones off of this one pylon and is going to be dealing with this one. Does have 2 drones chasing this one probe, trying to take it out, but he is not having any luck doing so far. The pylon does get canceled. WhiteRa still has this one pylon, and TLO doesn't have a pool yet. He's at 17 supplies, so he is definitely getting distracted by this, just building a lot of drones, and looks like they scale that one probe off. He leaves this one pylon behind. He did cancel one, so he lost 25 minerals there. This is going to be 100 minerals, but he delays the pool significantly for TLO, and the probe is going to come in here and see that there's no pool. TLO goes for 2 overlords before his first spawning pool, and WhiteRa must be thinking something is up now. Is he going to check that third base just because he hasn't seen a pool yet at the 4-minute mark? There we go. That probe is going to be going out, and he's going to be going up this one ramp and won't be seeing a hatchery here, so he's just going to be like, wow, I really screwed you up, or are you doing something that I have no idea about? The pool did come just after the extractor, but this wasn't like a gas before pool. Even though the gas went up, he threw down the gas and immediately went for that pool. So he's going to have about 50 gas when that pool does finish. One drone still just working away on this pylon. The Overlord does see that gateway timing and is going to be getting out of there. Nexus now just finishing for WhiteRa. The worker count is 24 drones to 25 probes, and this one pylon just about out, but we do see WhiteRa at 29 out of 44 supplies, so he knows that he is not going to be supply capped by that, and that's something sometimes happens. It is really embarrassing when it does happen, and WhiteRa is going to see this one pool, does not see it researching anything. TLO, though, does not have 100 gas yet, and WhiteRa can know that if he just clicks on this one extractor, you can see how much gas left if it's below 2400, and the spawning pool does not have the speed researching. He knows that TLO is up to something funny, and it looks like he is. Is that probe going to come back up here? No. There we go. The pool is researching metabolic boost, but TLO is going for another gas. So this is going to look like it may be super fast mutas, as TLO has been doing that in the past. We do have both his queens coming out. The lair has started at the 6-minute mark, and he does have metabolic boost already started. Oh no, he canceled metabolic boost and is going for that lair. That's why it's so early. I was thinking to myself, how does he have so much gas to do this? But no, he cancels metabolic boost to go for this early lair. And WhiteRa is moving across the map with 2 zealots. Is TLO gonna build a spine crawler or not? I think WhiteRa may be thinking that the speed should finish around, can I see how long this takes? 110 seconds, probably around 7 minutes and 30 seconds he has to get and do damage to TLO between 7:30 and 8:30. And if WhiteRa doesn't see that speed around 7 minutes and 30 seconds, I bet he's going to be thinking that is going to be Muta play. Just because that would be an extremely late speed for TLO. Those two Zealots are going to be coming in, sees all these Lings, and the Lings are actually going to get a surround on these Zealots, which means they can take them out. And the Zealot's definitely going to be going down. You can see both Zealots do go down, but we do have one Stalker here, and TLO is building a Nidus network, has an Overlord positioned right here, so he is going to be getting the Nidus in this little vent area if WhiteRa doesn't build any type of pylons there to get vision. And this one Stalker still sees that the Lings don't have speed. And it's now 8 minutes into this game, so WhiteRa, what is he going to be doing? He's got to think something is up. He's just sees Lings. TLO is going for a Roach one with this Nidus network, and he will be building the Nidus one inside of WhiteRa's base. Probe going to be building 2 pylons. Does see the Overlord right here, but he gets out of that smoke just after the Nidus one does get built. Speed now done on those Lings. Takes out one of those Stalkers. There we go. WhiteRa going to be trying to build a 3rd pylon, but it's going to be too late as this Nidus one is just finishing. 3 Queens and a bunch of Lings coming in, and a lot of Roaches will be coming. TLO is at 35 drones. WhiteRa is at 50 probes, so TLO definitely sacrificed a lot to do this play. He's got to do a lot of damage to come out ahead of this. Does take out 2 pylons immediately, and actually 3 pylons immediately, and that's it so far. But he does have Roaches now coming in. Plenty of Zealots out for WhiteRa with sentries. Not too many Stalkers. Forcefield does go down, and that is going to help WhiteRa so much. WhiteRa right now is supply cap, so he cannot whoop in more units. Does have 3 pylons, and these Queens and Roaches are going to town. Probes have been pulled, but you can see that WhiteRa still ahead in that probe count. 5 more Roaches being built. That Roach speed is being reached, and that will help TLO so much in this. But it looks like WhiteRa may be able to hold on. Those Queens running very low on energy can no longer transfuse. Going into this early count, it looks like WhiteRa may be able to hold on here. The Immortal is out to clean up these Roaches. The creep is going to definitely be an issue, but the Roach is going to be going down thanks to this one Immortal. Already has 4 kills. And that Nidus one going to go down immediately. Moving in 2 Stalkers down here to pick off these Roaches. The Roach is going to go and try to kill more workers. Doesn't get any. May get a Zealot. Nope, he does not. Going to the workers killed. TLO did kill 20 workers with that. Going this lost tab, TLO did lose more than WhiteRa. So he did kill a big chunk of WhiteRa's economy, but he lost more of his army. And WhiteRa still has more workers than TLO. TLO did not do the damage to come out ahead in that engagement. WhiteRa even ahead in supply right now. TLO is going for that Muta tech though, and those Mutas definitely can be very cost effective, keeping WhiteRa in his base, allowing TLO to expand everywhere. We do have TLO with plenty of money right now. This one observer checking for the 3rd base is not going to be seeing it. TLO right now just droning up. Is at 700 minerals. He has to get his expansion up if he wants to stay in this game. Just because, well, he is even on workers. And there we go. This one drone is going to throw up an expansion. WhiteRa is building another Immortal, and that is not going to be helping him. But in WhiteRa's defense, Mutas is not something I would expect because that Nidus Worm cost a lot of gas to put out. Those Roaches cost a lot of gas. But TLO, he has mined a lot of gas and does have this Mutas coming out. Does this one observer see these fire? No, it does not. It does not go into this main. It is going to come back and see this 3rd base. But man, if he saw this fire, he would not be building those Immortals. Few Roaches and Lings going across the map. Looks like he's going to put pressure on this front door while he goes in with Mutas. He still has this creep over here, so he can see 2 Stalkers and a Sentry on it. And most importantly, he can see the Stalkers are at 1-0 upgrades. That would be definitely something I would love to do in all my games. Just know what upgrade my opponent is at, and you can easily check anytime in this game. We do see TLO throwing up a macro hatch, and the Roaches just sitting on this middle, has control of this washout. This one Roach just outside of range of it. If he takes one step, he will have control. TLO has a few Lings checking out this 3rd base, but WhiteRa nudging a 3rd base way over here. This is something that TLO would not expect, but will come back to bite WhiteRa just because the Muta... Oh, crap. I just hit back. Sorry about that. The mutas are going to be coming in. I changed all my hotkeys, so I just have hotkeys to follow units. I have hotkeys to go to bases, like I can just hit this and go to all the bases. I know that's normally backspace, but I change up all my hotkeys. I have to change that B because it's right next to spacebar, and that is to follow units. These mutas going to be coming in and see this warp prism, but they do not go for it. It does have 2 immortals in it. The mutas tugging this one stalker do take it out, and TLO is going to be getting out of there. We do have an observer over here, and TLO has just built a Nidus Worm, using these mutas to give vision and keeping the stalkers away, and WhiteRa is going to be taken by surprise as this Nidus Worm does finish, and a lot of Lings are going to be coming out. WhiteRa is in a lot of danger going this army supply. We do see that TLO has a larger army, but WhiteRa does have the 2 immortals in this warp prism. If he lands those and doesn't lose it, he'll be in great shape, and there we go. The immortals do land. Those immortals will take out roaches very easily, and TLO is forced to retreat. Even though TLO had the larger army there, he just did not have the composition one bit. Going into this loss tab, you can see TLO losing even more. WhiteRa didn't really lose anything in that engagement. A lot of mutas going to be grouping back up. TLO, he is at 10 mutalisks, but there are 10 stalkers out on the field. 21 workers killed, so TLO hasn't killed a worker since that first engagement. And going to the counting station, it is 63 to 64. So WhiteRa just a little bit ahead. These mutas are splitting up to look for the warp prism. He has these Lings over here to help spot the warp prism. Goes to the right side. And TLO going to be building a Nidus Worm as he goes in to pressure this one base. Very nice play by TLO, using these mutas to give him complete map control. And then throwing down the Nidus just so he can fight anywhere on the map that he pleases. These 2 stalkers, they're not going to live too long. The Nidus does come out, and WhiteRa is moving his warp prism. He does have warp prism speed, so that warp prism will go on the map very quickly. And it looks like he has just been bringing that warp prism into TLO's base to try to do some damage. Those mutas are going to be falling back, but here we go. The warp prism does go into TLO's base, and look at that queen go down. Oh my god, does that do a lot of damage. The queen goes down instantly. This Nidus Worm does get taken care of. TLO in a little bit of trouble, I would say. I mean, his harassment doesn't seem to be paying off, and WhiteRa's harassment just did. Taking out a queen is a very nice thing to do. TLO, though, did kill, 10 probes in that engagement, but it's 62 to 65. Going to this loss tab, it actually looks like WhiteRa was not favorable in that engagement at all. That drop cost him a lot, and TLO is kind of evening up this unit's loss tab. And he is ahead in supply by 20. And it looks like this is just an observer over here, just keeping an eye over here. Infestation pit on the way for TLO. We do have a lot of stalkers in the middle of the map, but Lings are going to be coming out. And Lings do very well against these stalkers. And now the roaches and mutas are coming. Those stalkers have to get out of there. The mortals, sentries, and zealots are coming in. And that will be what he needs to deal with this force. Nice link back on those stalkers, keeping them alive. But those roaches look like they have just too many. Those immortals, though, still at full shields, going to these kills. 14 kills on this immortal, and 8 kills on that other one. So those immortals definitely paying for themselves. We do have WhiteRa going to be taking his 4th base. TLO still just on 3 bases, and this is definitely going to be a tough situation. TLO is going to have to win the game in the next 5 minutes, or risk just going so far behind. He is ahead in supply. WhiteRa now going for a Dark Shrine. And WhiteRa's upgrades are at 2-1. These Lings are at 1-1 right now. The mutas at 1-0. And there's a few cannons over here, but TLO just picking off those probes. And those roaches don't have any of the missile attacks, so TLO is behind in upgrades, but this is what TLO needs. He gets into WhiteRa's main middle line. That is very undefended. Before these mutas did the harassing, TLO has 31 worker kills. Now he's up to 41, so he has killed 10, and is killing a lot more. The stalkers do make the way back in mind. They do have blinks, so they do blink to get near these mutas. And these stalkers just use the blink to go up, trying to catch those mutas out of position. But that does not happen. Up to 50 worker kills now. And TLO was harassing this one base, chooses to just ignore it. Now he's running into WhiteRa's main. And this is looking very bad for WhiteRa. TLO has a lot of Lings here. There's no zealots or anything to deal with this. And WhiteRa is going to lose his entire army right here. And TLO looks like he will be going in for the win. WhiteRa losing probes left and right. TLO doing so much damage to WhiteRa. And there goes the GG. Well played. Very nicely done. TLO also attacking this. And, well, they're going to be playing another game, but we will be casting that eventually, hopefully. It was a good game. I try to only cast games above 20 in-game minutes, because if it's below that, I find it's just complete build order wins and doesn't really require too much skill and it isn't that entertaining to watch. But this game, I mean, it was definitely back and forth and great to watch. I thought TLO was going to lose it after all this aggression. That Nidus Swarm did not pay off, and, well, that next attack, the second Nidus Swarm up here with his mutas, didn't pay off. And then, for some reason, I thought WhiteRa did a lot more damage with this one drop, but, man, he did almost no damage at all besides taking out a queen. Anyways, hope you enjoyed watching that game. Take care, guys, and peace out. P.S. Don't forget to subscribe.